dance. Gotta dance. Gotta dance.
Broadway rhythm, it's got me. Everybody dance. Broadway rhythm, it's got me. Everybody dance. Out on that gay white way in each merry cafe, orchestras play, taking your breath away. Broadway rhythm, it's got me. Everybody sing and dance.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Broadway World's Next on Stage Dance Edition, sponsored by LaDuca Shoes. I'm your Broadway buddy, Ben Cameron. I'm excited to be your host for this incredible series of dance, and I'm in a real good dancing mood today, and I hope you are too as we move forward into our college competition. Just a moment ago, you saw clips of our top 7, and you're about to see even more from these contestants who have been voted on to our top 3. We're going to find out who our top 3 are and who thusly is moving on to our grand finale next week. The contestants that are moving on to the next round received the most votes over our voting period, which began on Monday and then just last night at midnight. You, my friends, you voted them into our top 3, and now our very distinguished judging panel is going to have an opportunity to provide valuable feedback and encouragement for these performers to infuse into their performances in said grand finale. They are also, our judges that is, going to be taking a look at our awesome almosts as always. I love alliteration. These, of course, are the performers who have narrowly missed our big top 3, and they have the power within their hearts and their souls and their eyes and their mouths to push someone forward into the grand finale, our judges pick. So that's very exciting. Let's review our prize packages, shall we? Every good competition deserves a great prize package. The winner of the LaDuca Achievement Award for Excellence will receive a Broadway prize pack with merch from the Broadway World Store. They will receive a pair of fabulous LaDuca shoes, the best in the biz. They will also receive a $500 scholarship towards the Steps on Broadway Summer Dance Intensive, which is very, very cool. And not the least, kind of the most exciting part of our prize package, the winners will be able to donate $1,100 to the charity of their choice, which is awesome. We've gotten to see, hear what these charities are that these young performers have decided upon, and they're really remarkable. So that's a very exciting component of this. Also, $200 and $100 scholarships, respectively, for our first and second runners up for our competition, 2 Steps on Broadway. So that is also very cool. Now is the time I like the most. It's time to introduce the judging panel. At this point, you know them, you love them, I love them, and I also know them. Let's bring onto the screen first the uber talented director, choreographer, magic maker that is John Rua.
Hey.
Hey, John Rua.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Nice to see you too. All right, we're down to the top 3. Do you feel in your heart that you know who's moving forward, or it could be anybody's game?
Anyone's game. Today's a good day to figure that out.
Anyone's game, anyone's guess. All right. We also have with us the fabulous triple threat that is Megan Sikora, Cheetah Award winner.
Ooh, top 3.
Ooh, top 3. How on a scale of 1 to volcanic eruption, how excited are you, Megan?
Eruption.
I feel like you're always kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that about you. And of course, we have the man, the myth, the legend, drama desk winner, shoe designer, and Broadway actor, Phil LaDuca.
Well, I was going to go with Tsunami.
Tsunami is big, Phil.
Because we're all excited about it. Can't wait for these competitions today. We're getting down to the cream of the crop.
Absolutely. It's been fun to watch these dancers take all of your critiques into consideration as they really quickly put these numbers together week to week. All right, but there's more. Today we have a very special guest judge who's joining us, one of Broadway's top leading men. We've seen him in Finding Neverland, On the Town, Gypsy, to name a very few. We're joined by the fabulous Tony Yazbek today.
Hey, Ben. Hey, guys.
Hi, fabulous Tony Yazbek. Absolutely. We can always applaud for Tony Yazbek. Tony, this is exciting. You were able to be here with us yesterday for the high school competition, which was a lot of fun to have you. What are you looking for college-age dancers today?
Well, I get to see them with fresh eyes. I've never seen them before, so I'm really excited to add a little bit of a viewpoint. But these guys, they're on a new level. They've gone to a higher institution and hopefully gravitated to those really excellent teachers and gotten their technique, but also hopefully we get to see who they really are through this movement. So I'm looking for that today. I'm excited for that.
All right. I like it too. This week, everyone, we have challenged our dancers to recreate an iconic musical theater dance sequence. What does that mean? It's anybody's guess, but we're very excited to see it. We are going to see shortened clips of each of these performances. If you want to watch any of the full clips, all you got to do, www.broadwayworld.com/nextonstage-dance, and you can see the entire thing and then vote fully, confidently, with your heart. All right, judges, moment of truth. Let us meet the top three according to our audience votes. Here we go. In our top three, we have Ashton Lambert. Ashton is dancing to If I Only Had a Brain from The Wizard of Oz. Take it away, Ashton.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain.
With the thoughts you'd be thinking you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain.
Oh, I tell you why, the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before, and then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain.
All right. That is Ashton dancing to If I Only Had a Brain. Great choice. Definitely an iconic dance sequence. Now, I'm going to throw a curveball in here. Tony, I feel like you've really cut your teeth now after yesterday with our high school students. Why don't you start us off with your thoughts about Ashton's performance?
Sure. Ashton, you're fantastic. Oh, my gosh. First of all, so musical. All the instrumentation in the orchestrations, you really listened to it all. And your choreography really emulated that. Plus, your facility from head to toe, everything seems really connected. And it also just seems like you really enjoy it and really love it and really want to do it. I love how you use the space. I'm huge in using your architecture. So you found a space that really worked for it. And you created your own Ray Bolger inside of you. So it's fantastic. I mean, if there's anything critical, gosh, it's hard that right now. You guys are so talented, but maybe in those barrel jump sequences, I would have loved for you to start to sort of maybe make him smaller to bigger to even bigger and just explode upward into the air by the end and fall to the ground. Something where it made me feel something rather than it being sort of as repetitious as it was, but repetitive as it was. But other than that, I mean, I loved your musicality and you told a story and my eye just kept chasing you. So fantastic.
All right. I love that. You guys, I just want to say having all of us here in a 5-window moment makes me feel very Brady Bunch. I feel like I'm Alice in our Brady Bunch. All right. John Rua, what are your thoughts for Ashton?
I actually really enjoyed his, what a facility. He has such a facility. It's such a control and awareness of his body. I enjoyed the location. I enjoyed the depth and the contrast in his movement. My only thought was when he was switching characters, I sort of wanted his texture to switch sometimes between the characters, not the movement itself necessarily. Like that's great. He did a good variety, sort of a different approach in the character. If it's more, that's the difference between it being a little more sharp and another one being a little more flowy. Same call to movement, but applying it differently so that we saw different textures between each character. That's really it. So, and that informs, I think he's a really hyper sharp dancer. And what I mean by that is that's wonderful because we'll see it in the mez, we'll see it everywhere. But to know the ability to water it out, to flesh it out so that he can play with different colors within his own facility. But I thought he was wonderful.
Love that. Let's go to Human Volcano, Megan Sikora.
I concur with everything that these guys are saying. You're amazing. Your facility is incredible. Your technique is incredible. Your desire is coming through. It's beautiful. I mean, if I'm going to offer any kind of critique, I would say, physically explore more modern technique, more in your education, just to learn to move internally more than externally a little bit. You're spectacular. You're going to work. No big deal. I'm just saying, like, if you want to get further, I think that would be a good place to go, just to make yourself more diverse and emotionally explore really like each moment that the character is going through. Like, I know you're making faces and it's like kind of, you're like, oh, now we're sad, but like, why are you sad? Like, if you really have a thought in your head about why you're sad, we as the audience, we experience that more with you. I mean, that's all I could say. I think you're wonderful. Congratulations.
I love it. I feel like that's the best compliment any young dancer can get is you're going to get a paycheck to do this. Let's go to Philadelphia. Thoughts for Ashton?
Well, right from the start, just big smile on my face. Love the energy, the characterization, and following just on the coattails of all my other colleagues. The word that Tony used, musicality. Loved your musicality, how you used the accents and the character and the steps all combined so that it was all believable. We believed you as this character. What John had to say as far as colors, I wanted to see different colors that you go through different segments because it was a long piece. And in order for us to think about it, you're telling somebody a story, you build to that ending. And what Megan was saying too, as in regard to reference to beats. If you took this piece and did it in beats, like an acting measure, and saying, in this moment, I am confused. In this moment, I have a revelation. And then we would see all of those tied together into this entire story and more so than just one line of a great dance or great performance. The last thing I would have loved to have seen, when your head's all full of stuffing and you pull that hat to have straw fall down on you and brush it off of yourself. Little thing, great job.
That's very RuPaul's Drag Race season finale. But if you don't, some people watching don't know what I mean. All right. Oh, look, Megan's joined by Bomb Ballerina here. This is fantastic.
This is Lily. We actually got her from BB North.
Oh,
yeah.
She's a showbiz cat, to be sure.
Drop a cat on us.
Yeah.
Well,
She's very delicate. And
Wait,
always-
what's her name? Velma Kelly? What's her name?
Lily.
Oh, Lily.
Velma, oh, I should Velma Kelly. All right. Well,
Got the black on.
I mean,
all right. So Ashton's in our top 3. That should be a no-brainer. All right. Moving on. Also in our top 3, we have drumroll Joshua Kean is back in the top 3 performing Slap That Bass from Crazy for You.
Wow.
All right, take it away, Joshua Kean.
Slap that bass.
Slap till it's dizzy.
Slap that bass.
Yeah, the rhythm busy. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Misery gotta go.
Slap that bass.
Use it like a
Oh,
tonic.
slap that bass.
If you feel the warning.
Learn to zoom, zoom, zoom. Slap that bass.
Layout. We love that, Megan. We always love a big layout button. Oh, wonderful. Very exciting. Well, Megan, let's start with you. You know a thing or two about shows that have jump roping numbers, don't you?
no. I never made it into that show. Oh, you mean Holiday Inn? I never
do.
did. I just watched them.
I know, but I know it was in the
Okay.
show.
I was like, I didn't do it, but they never messed up. They were amazing. Wow, fantastic, great job, beautiful, beautiful work. I mean, at this point, it's so hard to critique because everybody's so spectacular. The only advice I feel like I could give here is you're playing one note the whole time emotionally. I feel like I know this song isn't really telling a story as much as some others, so you're gonna have to come up with that on your own. Even if you're doing this number as an ensemble with 20 other dancers, you yourself have to have your own story. Because I don't want to watch 20 people having the same story, or else I might as well go see the Rockettes, right? Like that's precision dancing. I want to see 20 different points of view on that stage. So, I mean, that's the only thing I can say. But beautiful work.
All right, let's go to Mr. John Rua. What are your thoughts there for Mr.
I thought he was great. I was really excited and entertained. I liked the creativeness with the rope and the tapping, just how he accentuated the idea of the bass. I mean, it's something they've done before, that you've seen. It's a staple, but he did it in his own way. It was really refreshing. He was performing it a lot. So what I mean, these classical, iconic pieces are one that intuitively you're going to perform. There's sometimes I kind of want to see you get lost within the realm of the character you're emulating. And, if we're going to the West and how these people might have carried their face or it's a little bit of how do you ground it? Even though there's levity, how do you keep it grounded? And I think that comes with experience. And what I mean by that is The movement was wonderful. There are times I wanted him to be a little bit dirtier, if that makes sense. A little bit like rough around the edges, but that's just because the song goes there too. It goes there and then it elevates again. But that's, like I said, it's subjective, but I would say it will give him places to pull from, and that's something that he's going to eventually have to find. They might say, I want you to perform this, don't smile. And if they did say that, how would you approach that? And what would that do to your physicality? I think a lot of these young dancers are taught to entertain, and I kind of want to encourage them to live in the moment and that being enough entertainment, if that makes any sense, as opposed to showcasing something.
Sure, yeah. Instead of smile, baby, yeah. Tony Yazbek.
Well, first of all, Crazy for You, one of the best shows of all time. I love how you paid homage to our director choreographer, Susan Stroman's beautiful choreography with the ropes and everything. Obviously, you have some great feats. I'm trying to think here. I mean, I love how entertaining you were. I love that you gave 100%. And it really felt like this guy is in the right business. He loves what he does. And man, you can only get better over time with the right teachers and the right support team. If I say anything, it's kind of curtailing what off of these guys said, and a little bit of what Megan said earlier about getting into the right class to help your core strengthen. And it's a little bit of what John is talking about too, in a sense of telling a story and not having to entertain. So when you have that rope and you pull that rope, and the music has this sort of walking bass line, and it's exciting, it's mysterious, and it's not necessarily just happy. There's something that is out there that is a mystery, and as an audience, we want to get sucked into your performance. We don't want to be pushed away by how loud it is. We want to be sucked into the story. So, it's like, I want to make sure that rope is fully taut, and it's a small movement, and it's exact. And all I'm doing is watching you in your eyes of how specific and exciting this really is for where you are in this moment. And so there's little things like that. And a lot of times to understand this kind of movement that has such a deep core, you got to take that modern class. I know Megan and I actually have some of the same teachers from Point Park University. I mean, I'd be nowhere without my teacher, Doug Bentz, who taught me modern back in the day. I was a tap dancer, jazz dancer, just like you. And I didn't really know how to dance every style until I got into that modern class. So I urge you to find teachers that push your limits, that change your body in ways in which you didn't think could happen. So you can, you're going to get choreography. When you come to New York, you're going to have every choreographer throw all this movement at you, and you better be ready to, perform it all beautifully. So, but you're on your way. But I'd say you just get into new classes with teachers that push your limits, push that facility to greater heights. Great job.
I like that. All right, Phil LaDuca, how keen are you on Joshua Kean?
I am keen to the max. Good job. Wonderful characterizations, as we always talk about, the technique and all of the facility, all of these things that my colleagues are talking about right on. So instead of just reiterating what they're saying, the couple of other things, an imagery that hit me while this number was playing, that think of food. I'll just pull out steak. Apologies to my vegan friends. Think of a raw steak and what it does when you throw it on the grill and it sizzles. And then you add some pepper and you throw on a little cayenne pepper and it spices up. And those little additives are what my colleagues are talking about to throw in, because what we saw was, and what I'm also referring to is that you're so young and you're so well on your way. The only thing that I really could say to you is that's missing at this stage, because you're so young, is seasoning. And that's why I had the food imagery. When you think of these kinds of shows and these characters, you think of the effervescence and the ease of the leading men, but they go through different storytellings. Again, you look at the Harry Groners and the Tony Yazbeks of the world, that take that kind of role and perform it, but they also add spices and seasoning. And seasoning is the word I use for you because you're on your way, and it's just going to take time and seasoning because you're doing a great job, my man.
I like that. That analogy got me very excited and hungry, and it grossed Megan out. All right. Who else is in the top 3? If you're counting along, we're there. Also in our top 3 is Macy McCown performing Singing in the Rain from Singing in the Rain. Hey, Macy. All right, Macy McCown singing in the virtual rain. But she saw it, and I felt that she was touched by it. Phil, what were your thoughts there for Macy?
Loved it. I love that you flip the role, and play Gene Kelly. Good for you. Your just joy and vivaciousness came right through at us. The only little tiny thing that I wanted to see was you to take moments of that and then burst, because your feet are so fabulous that we didn't want to just get caught up in when you're going to do the next rolls. I wanted to see that unbridled about the rain hitting you, and then go back into the dance, because you had me captivated the whole way. Loved it.
Excellent. What are your thoughts, Tony Asbeck?
I'm floored. I mean, this dancer is incredible. You remind me so much of a young Melinda Sullivan. Not that Melinda Sullivan's not still young, but my gosh, just incredible. I can't wait to see more. We only got to see 25 seconds. What a tease! I want to see the rest. I love this song more than life itself. I love it. It makes me happy just listening to it. But your facility, your technique, your upper body, it was not just about feet. Your arms worked, everything, your core, you were completely connected. There was ease in your face. You know exactly how good you are. And it showed in a great way. You used your space. You stole one of my steps, but that's all right. That's what tap dancers do. Take it. What else?
Scandal.
Fantastic. I mean, honestly, I have nothing but praise for this girl. Sky's the limit. Now I just want to know, do you sing? I mean, can you sing the Gene Kelly part too? So that I can start thinking about a gender reversal, Singing in the Rain, and direct it? Because let's do it.
All right. I've got 2 questions for you, Tony, just following up here. Exactly which step did she steal from you?
Okay, it was right towards the end where she came toward the camera. She didn't steal. We steal from each other. That's tap dancers. But it was like step shuffle, hop flap, shuffle, hop flap, shuffle, hop flap, all the way to the camera. And it was like in a triplet form, really fast. I did that in The Right Girl in Prince of Broadway. But she probably didn't see the show, so she didn't steal. I just want to say she did. But she's just fantastic.
I love that. John Rule, what are your thoughts for Macy this week?
I mean, she's good. That's all I gotta say. I mean, she's good. I think once you're aware, she's probably really particular too. Meaning, because she knows that she's good, and she knows all the colors and tones, that she knows how she's laying things out. I would then talk to her from that perspective and say what Phil mentioned, which it could be just as easy as I don't remember how you got into the dance. I just remember you dancing right away. And if you just ease us in from the beginning, it's something that happens with human behavior. We understand, we project ourselves upon it. If it was just in the beginning, paying a little homage until like the little subtlety, until the essence of the world, and then falling into it. I like that she played it with the high energy, that she played it with this sort of vigor. I just would have offered her, hey, give me like a 8-second intro of how you're falling into this rain and how it's captivating you, sort of thing. I kind of just remembered the explosion, and I would offer her to, give a little bit of an intro. That's it.
Cool. I like that. Megan Sikora, thoughts for Macy?
Well, I'm going to give her props because she had wet hair. So she entered the number already getting wet. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I don't need to see her have the experience of getting wet because I see that she's already wet. So Macy, I'm obsessed with you. I love you. I think you're amazing. You surprise me every week. Something different. You're so versatile. I love your confidence. I love your style. I love your attitude, your swagger. The only thing I could possibly considerably add would be I wanted to see you seeing your environment a little bit. Like I saw you dancing in a studio and I saw you looking up at the rain and we have the virtual rain, but I don't know, you're on the street. What are you? Where are you? Can I see you seeing somebody walk by or see the street lamp or see that something's flooded or, just layers. And I know you guys do this so fast. You do this, and it's insane what you guys are accomplishing. It's amazing. But that's just my 2 cents to add. But congratulations.
Fantastic. All right. That's our top 3, my friends. I think it's a pretty strong group right there, but your jobs are not done yet, judges. When we come back, we're going to have a look at our awesome almost. We've got 4 of them that we're going to look at without verbal critique, and you guys have the power to send one of them forward into our finale. So we'll be looking at our awesome almost when we come back. All right, friends, as promised, awesome almost. Dancers who narrowly missed being in the top 3. They're going to get an opportunity to perform for our judges. Our judges will send one of them through to dance for your votes and possibly the grand prize next week. So let's have a look at these. We'll begin with Tashelle Bearden. Here we go. Take it away, Tashelle.
It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. I'd like to sup with my baby tonight and play the pup with my baby tonight. I'd like to sup with my baby tonight and play the pup with my baby tonight. But I ain't up to my baby tonight 'cause it's too darn hot.
That's right.
Love that layback finish. That's Tashelle Bearden. We love her. Next up in the Awesome Almost, let's have a look at what Zoe Gillis has for us.
Money makes the world go round, the world go round, the world go round. Money makes the world go round. It makes the world go round.
Money, 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 money.
haven't any coal in the stove and you freeze in the winter and you curse to the wind at your face. When you haven't any shoes on your feet and you're coached in a paper and you look 30 pounds underweight. When you go to get a word of advice from the fat little plaster, he will tell you to love evermore. So when hunger comes around, rat-a-tat, at the window.
At the window.
Who's there?
Hunger!
Ugh, hunger. See how love flies out that door. For money makes the world
Go round.
the world,
Go round.
the world.
Go round.
Money makes the
Go round.
that clinking, clanking sound of money, 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 money. Get it, get it,
Money, 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 money.
Mark again, now back for the pound. That clinking, clanking, clanking sound. So that makes the world go round. It makes the world go round.
Joey Gillis making it rain there. All right. Next, I know we have so many things we want to say, don't we? But we can't. Not now. We move on to check out what Reese Carr has cooked up for this week.
The open air, you're better off without me, mine hair. Don't dab your eye, mine hair, or wonder why mine hair. I've always said that I was a rover. You mustn't knit your brow, you should have known by now. You'd every cause to doubt me, mine hair. Bye-bye, mine hair, I'll be the same, mine hair. Es wird sehr gut, mein Herr, und vorbei. Du kennst mich wohl, mein Herr, ach, lebe wohl, mein Herr. Du sollst mich nie mehr sehen, mein Herr. Bye-bye, mein lieber Herr. Hey, vorbei, du kennst mich wohl, mein Herr. And bye-bye, bye-bye, mein lieber Herr. Farewell, mein lieber Herr. It was a fine affair, but now it's over. And though I used to care, I need it open air. You're better off without me. You'll get on without me. Es war sehr gut. Kennst mich wohl.
That's Reese Carr with Mine Hair. I think that's we've seen a couple of Mine Hairs over the last couple of days. Very cool. And rounding us out, we have Ellie Cook. All right, Ellie Cook. They are taking their cues from the greats and putting their own spin on it. That is for sure. Judges, you have a really challenging conversation coming up, and we're going to let them have that conversation. And when we come back, we will see the fruits of their labors. So stay tuned. All right, friends, we're back, and it's time to let you know who our judges have decided they are moving forward to dance for your votes in our grand finale next week. This was another really interesting conversation that was had, and I can say, as an observer, just how impressed the judges are with everybody in our top four, and everyone was discussed with such love and admiration, and this was a tough choice, wasn't it, judges?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really tough.
All right. Well, Phil LaDuca, the floor is yours.
Well, let me first say that it was a tough decision for all of us as judges. The talent level at this age blows all of us away. And I think we're going to redub this, next on stage to So I Know You Can Dance. Great jobs, everybody. My man, Reese, you're coming along with us. We want to throw in for you. We see so much in you. We see a great facility that's still raw. We encourage you to get all kinds of training that you possibly can, and just to dig deeper, because we're seeing it and we want to see more next week.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. Congratulations to Reese Carr, and of course to all of our awesome almost and our epic top three. This has been quite the competition, and we wrap it all up next week, next Friday. So make sure you follow Broadway World on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the places, and make sure you know when voting is open next week so your voice can also be heard for the grand finale. And judges, we will see all of you back there for our big grand finale. What are we going to wear? We'll talk about it. I think, did we decide on Ninja Turtles? Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Or it was glitter.
And glitter. Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh my gosh, at last. Finally. All right, everybody. I'm your Broadway buddy, Ben Cameron. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week as we combine both our high school and our college judges for an epic finale you're not going to want to miss. Have a great night. Thank you all so much.
Ciao.
Bye.